Welcome you again in second lecture of robotics and automation. This lecture is on the topic basic components of a robot. By the end of this lecture, students will understand the fundamental components that make up a robot, learn the function of each component and how they work together, and explore real-world examples of robotic systems. In our previous lecture, we explored what robotics is, its history, and how it has evolved over time. In this lecture, we will go deeper and understand what makes a robot function. A robot is not just a machine, it is an intelligent system designed to sense its environment, process information, and take appropriate actions. Think of a human body. We have a brain to process information, muscles to move, and eyes to see. Similarly, a robot has different components that allow it to function. Can you think of some important parts of a robot? What do you think makes a robot work? Let's explore the major components that form the foundation of any robotic system. Basic components of a robot. First is the power supply, that is energy source or the robot's fuel. Just like living beings need food for energy, robots need a power source to function. Types of power sources in robots. Battery operated robots. These use lithium ion, lead acid, or nickel cadmium batteries. For example, drones, small humanoid robots use lithium ion, lead acid, and nickel cadmium batteries. Plugged in robots. These work with direct power from electrical outlets, for example, industrial robotic arms in factories. The second image shows plugged in robots. Then solar powered robots. Some robots like space rovers use solar panels to generate electricity. For example, NASA's Perseverance Mars rover. This third image shows NASA's Perseverance Mars rover. Then fuel powered robots. Some robots use combustion engines. For example, military robots or heavy duty robots used in exploration. Then the second basic component is sensors or perception system or the robot's eyes and ears. Robots need to understand their surroundings to perform tasks. Sensors allow robots to collect data from their environment just like human senses do. Types of sensors and their uses. First type of sensor is vision sensors, that is cameras, lidar, infrared sensors, helps in object detection, navigation and tracking. For example, self-driving car use lidar to detect objects. Then second type of sensor is touch sensors, that is force sensors and pressure sensors, helps robots grip objects carefully. For example, robotic arm in factories use force sensors to pick up delicate objects. Then proximity sensors are there, that is ultrasonic sensors or infrared sensors and radar sensors. They detect obstacles and prevents collisions. For example, obstacle avoidance in vacuum robots like Romba. Then temperature sensors are there. They are used in industrial robots to monitor overheating. For example, robots in metal casting factories use these to measure molten metal temperature. And the third component is actuators, that is muscles of a robot. While sensors helps a robot perceive its environment, actuators allow it to move and perform actions. Actuators convert electrical energy into mechanical movement. Types of actuators. Three types of actuators are there. First is electrical motors, that is DC motor, servo motor, stepper motor, used in robotic arms and mobile robots. For example, stepper motors in 3D printers. Hydraulic actuators use liquid pressure to create movement. For example, large industrial robots and excavators. Pneumatic actuators use compressed air to create movement. For example, soft robotic hands that mimic human gripping. Fourth component is controller, that is brain of the robot. The controller acts as the robot's brain, processing inputs from sensors and deciding what action to take. Types of controllers used in robots. Three types of controllers are there. First is a microcontrollers, that is Arduino and Raspberry Pi. Small computing boards used in DIY robots and automation projects. Then programmable logic controllers, that is PLCs. Industrial computers used in factory automation. Embedded computers, NVIDIA, Jetson, Intel NUC. Powerful processors used in AI powered robots are nothing but embedded computers. In first image, you can see Arduino Uno, and this is Raspberry Pi. Then this is PLC, and this is embedded computer. Then the next component is end effectors, that is hands of the robot. End effectors are tools or attachments at the end of a robotic arm that perform specific tasks. Types of end effectors. Three types of end effectors are there. First is the grippers. Mechanical grippers are there. Suction and magnetic grippers are there. They are used in warehouses to pick up objects. For example, Amazon's warehouse robots. Then second end effector is welding and cutting tools. They are used in car manufacturing. For example, welding robots in Tesla's production line. And then medical instruments used in robotic surgery. For example, the Vinci surgical system. Sixth component is locomotion system, how robots move. Some robots are stationary while others need mobility systems to move around. Types of locomotion. Four types of locomotions are there. First is the wheeled robots, common in industrial and home automation robots. For example, delivery robots like Starship Technologies. Then legged robots used for navigating rough terrains. For example, Boston Dynamics, Atlas humanoid robot. Then tracked robots move using tank-like tracks. For example, military and rescue robots. Then flying robots are there, that is drones used for surveillance and delivery. For example, DJI drones for aerial photography. Now, how these components work together? A robot works by integrating all these components together. Let's take an example. Example is a self-driving car. Sensors, that is cameras and lidar, detect road conditions. Controllers, that is AI system, processes data and makes driving decisions. And actuators, that is motors and steering mechanism, execute movements. And power supply, that is battery pack, provides energy to all components. Thank you so much. We will continue the next topic in next lecture.